What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. I want to react to this video that it's actually a clip. I guess Myron Gaines was live. Now, this is over a month ago. I had been meaning to get to this video, but I just didn't feel like Iggy was important at the moment. I had so many other topics I wanted to get to, but this was one that was on my desk and that I was going to react to, because apparently she has a problem with men's self-improvement. Now, I'm going to be very clear here. Very, very clear here. I'm not here to say that the men that, or who she's probably talking about, she's probably talking about the Myrons or the Sneekos, or, is Sneeko really self-improvement? The Andrew Tates of the world. She's talking mainly about the red pill philosophy. That's the main gist of me doing this. Is about the red pill philosophy and women like Iggy Azalea that doesn't like it. And she was on a stream with Neon. Y'all know Neon, right? And she voiced how she did not like the red pill philosophy. Wah, wah, right? The reason why she doesn't like it is because she's online, right? She's now a part of the streamer community. And she, sees the streamers, especially the guys who are getting the male, I won't say the male attention, but where a lot of the men in the streamer community are congregating to, because these women think that a man's attention needs to be on them. A man's money needs to be spent on them. And when that's not the case, they feel some type of way. Now, the red pill philosophy is about men's happiness. It's not about where a man spends his money or whatever, right? It's about happiness, whatever brings a man happiness in his life. And I think the delineation with Western degeneracy as far as where women are, where they are as far as jobs, as far as careers, marriage, relationships, a lot of men are deciding to delineate and move on, whether it's move on to a different country or, move on to different options. And the thing is about Iggy, and you're going to hear it in this clip, Iggy is talking about real men and who's a real man and who isn't a real man. That's funny coming from a woman who has a child with a guy who's 4, almost 5 years younger than her, who's a rapper, Playboy Carti, a guy who paints his fingernails and, likes to dress weird. And again, this is no shot at Playboy Carti. I'm just saying, I have to point out things, right? If you think that's a real man, then your whole hate of the red pill, it shouldn't, no one should really care. But I'm pointing it out because she is a public figure and she is a woman she wouldn't classify herself as a feminist, but I know she holds those values because of the way that I've seen her interact with Neon, how she just plays on him just so she can be seen. You're Iggy Azalea. You should have a fan base of your own, and instead of you trying to leech on to these streamers. So let's get into this. Make sure y'all like my video, hype my video.
Azalea called me out, huh? Let's see here.
I don't know, guys. I think that the soy boys actually might be the red pillars.
They told me.
Here's my thing. Hear me out though before we get into this, because I need to focus on blackjack.
Okay.
If you were really alpha,
Yeah.
why would you need to even be thinking or getting advice on this subject? Like, a wolf is just out there hunting. He doesn't need all this advice about it. I don't know. It makes me think that secretly that is beta. Is it not? I don't know. I just know if I was a guy and he was like...
Do y'all see why she's so triggered and so emotional? I've been telling y'all this, like, these women are mad because they can't control men anymore. Men are thinking for themselves. Men are not being gaslit. This is a gaslighting scenario. She's trying to gaslight men. She doesn't have a man. So, she feels like the red pill is keeping her from getting with the man that she wants, or getting men to treat her a certain way. These women always go to the default of blaming the philosophy, right? Because they are not relationship material. They're not wife material. So what they want to do is they want to shame and explain, right? Shame and explain. They want to shame men and explain why these men are bad because they listen to these men, or these men are bad because of what they're telling other men. These men are grown. They're going to listen to whoever they want. Just like women listen to whoever they want. They support the women that they support. And nobody's going to tell them differently. I think that's the same with men. I just think men are tired and fed up with you heifers and your gaslighting and your usury, and they're sick of it. And now she's on here talking about the red pillars and her beef with them.
I watch podcasts on how to be a man. I'd be like, weak. I don't know. You shouldn't need to get like, I don't know. I'm not watching podcasts about how to be a woman.
They're low key. Damn, the chat's saying facts.
And Neon, let me tell y'all about these guys, right? These guys are so box starved, right? Most of these guys, like a Neon, I have no beef for the issues with them, but I got to be real. A lot of these guys, if they weren't streamers, nobody would be checking for them at all. And the girls that they do get are using them, just like Iggy is using him, right? She's not dropping any truth bombs. She is just another broken heifer who can't get a man. So they're going to blame everybody but themselves. Why do you care if a man listens to self-improvement content? Where did the self-improvement content hurt your daily life? Where did it do that? But you're triggered, you're hurt, you're emotional, you're upset. It took me a month to do this reaction. You know why? Because it's not really important. But I'm doing it because I said to myself, I wanted to speak on this because I wanted to show y'all that even a woman like Iggy, a world-known recording artist, is somehow sitting on this nerd stream. Shout out to my nerds, but Neon is a total nerd when it comes to women. And she's out here flustered and angry because of self-improvement. You heifers should listen to some female self-improvement. Maybe you will improve in your life. Because there's a lot of female dating coaches out there, but why don't you listen to them?
Facts. Like, it's kind of a move to be like, I need life help. It's like, okay, that's not alpha in itself. You'd just be out there raw dogging life if you were really alpha.
Okay, so Iggy, is Playboy Carti alpha? Is he alpha guy that paints his fingernails and dress weird? Right? Who likes to go play video games with Uzi Vert instead of be with you? And she said that, by the way. She said that Playboy Carti would rather go play video games with Uzi Vert than be with her. That's what she said. And that's the man that got you pregnant. Out of all the men that you've dated, Iggy, he got you pregnant. But you want to talk about what a real man is and what a real man isn't. Well, we know what you think of a real man. We've seen the type of men that you get with. And we saw the type of guy you had a child with. So I don't think you're in no position to talk about who's a real man and who isn't. You heifers are crazy.
So I don't know. So I actually have not watched any red pill things I don't have a huge opinion. But
oh, you didn't watch. People are saying, damn, Jay, you're going to let Myron speak? I'm reacting to the clip because I saw it on the stream. I can't find it anywhere else. You're upset. Yo, she's totally lying, by the way. She's lying. She's absolutely have watched. Because why would she be so upset? She's watched. So how did you learn about this then? Because you're perpetually online. You're watching these men and you see the following that they have and you see what they say about women like you and you're upset about this. Just admit that you're just upset at what's being said. You see, you heifers have tried for so many years to try to stop the red pill philosophy. And it's only like widened and grown and morphed into to ways where you can't stop it now. But these women think that the red pill is and self-improvement is why they're single. I think they do think that they want the male attention to be all on them. And when it's not, they get to pointing fingers and shaming, gaslighting. That's what these women do.
Have a huge opinion, but I do think if it were that alpha, wouldn't you be just blazing your own path? Why do you need to buy a course on how to live your life? I don't know. Seems.
Now the whole course thing, if you support somebody, you're gonna support them no matter what. You're gonna buy their courses, you're gonna donate to them. But she just seems like a pocket watching, bitter Australian female that's going nowhere. And she's a single mother to a guy who's 4 or 5 years younger than her, who she said out of her own mouth would prefer to go play PlayStation with another man than be with her, than play house with her.
Okay, I'm gonna play this again. Now, before I do this, let's go ahead and
Okay, so he said he's gonna play that again. But I want to say this though. The thing about Iggy is that physically, I don't think anything holds her back. I just think mentally, she feels like she's been fucked over so much in the industry that she just hates men. I just think that she's at that phase where, you know, she hates men and she's trying to figure out a way to get male attention. It's a weird thing. You got women who, they have a weird psychology. They hate men, but they want male attention, either for OnlyFans, because she was on OnlyFans. I don't know if she's still there, or to grow her own streaming platform. But they also hate men, right? But she understands that, you know, all she has in this world is male attention. She doesn't have a music career. She doesn't have a man in her life. This is all she has. And it's caused so much bitterness, right? She's streaming with this goofy Neon. And she's on here talking about what a real man is. You don't have a man. Even you, because physically, I don't think anything holds her back. I just think mentally she's screwed up. The industry just screwed her up, man. We don't know how much she's been ran through in the industry. And now she's bitter. She's angry. She's talking about the red pill. I think you need some self-improvement. I think you need to improve because your life is not where you want it to be. I think you thought you'd be somewhere else in life and you're not there. So now you're pointing fingers and blaming things that didn't really have anything to do with you. You're pretending that you don't watch red pill content, but you obviously, well, I mean, some of these guys ain't red pill. I will say this, but you're watching the content. Heifer, you're just lying. You're just out here lying. So let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, like the video, share. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I'll see you on this one.